Don't miss a great way to make scattered leaf flock for your terrain.
Spiky bits.
What's up, hobby maniacs? Rob Baer with you today, taking a look at some more great products from Green Stuff World. Man, I love their site. Every time I go there, I can't get off there more than 15 minutes or so because I just keep looking around at all the cool stuff. I'm like, man, that would have been so much easier for that project if I had this stuff. So I'm so fortunate to be able to show you guys this stuff so you can use it and apply it to your hobby arsenal and have all these great shortcuts for your hobby projects. Now, today we're going to take a look at some of their punches. They've got a whole bunch of different leaf punches over on their site. This is just what looks to be, I guess, like a maple leaf kind of type deal here. And then they also have like a roof shingle punch right here as well, and we're going to get to that one here in a sec. But obviously, the leaf one is pretty interesting right off the bat because it's this really super heavy-duty punch. You can definitely tell it's steel. And all you have to do is insert the leaf right in there, obviously, and just boom, it punches it right out, which you can see I've already done. So the best way to make this happen is to go out into your yard or park and scoop up some leaves that are already dried out. These are obviously from autumn. They're very tender and crisp, so I have to be kind of careful with them. But once you get them, that's pretty much all you need, and you just insert it right into the gap here. Now, if they're crumply, they're going to be a little difficult to work with, so sometimes I like to get the nice big fat ones here. And these will fit in there pretty well, and you just kind of move around the leaf itself slowly depending on how crumbly they are, and just keep punching it out. Now some of them are going to crumble. You're going to find your favorites, but I like these. I think these are birch leaves right here. These seem to work pretty well for me. So just punch, 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 and you can go back over. You might get some different size looking leaves, but you kind of have to guide it a little bit to make it work 100%. But you can do the rapid fire once you really start getting going, and you just do this while you're watching some TV, and before you know it, you'll have a huge bag of leaves all saved up. Now you're probably like, hey, those colors look great. How can I make that? Well, there's a couple different ways actually. Because this is a steel punch, there's a lot of different materials you can put in here. First off, you can definitely put in some paper. I don't see that there would be any problem with this. So if paper's your thing and you don't want to go looking for leaves, if you don't want to be super natural, well, you can just grab you some printer paper or whatever scrap you have laying around, like a Horace Heresy character instruction manual right here, and just punch out some white leaves right there. Or conversely, you can do a printout. Say you got a color printer and you want to do a color printer printout of, say, some autumn leaf patterns right there. Then you could do the same thing, print it on a sheet of paper and punch it out, and you would already have a color printout and color leaves right there. Or you can do the natural thing. Whatever you want, there's a bunch of different ways to do it. Here's a bunch that I already punched out in a few minutes there. Now, another way to make these way more colorful is to add them, put them in a box lid and grab some different, you can have a red spray primer can, maybe a yellow, maybe an orange, something like that, maybe a green, whatever colors you're looking for. I put these in a lid, sprayed them down with some red and yellow primer, but kept some of the natural kind of, what is that? I guess that's like a tan. That was the original color, very similar to these right here. So they're not all going to get sprayed, so that can kind of be your mid-tone color. And once you do that, you'll be able to have very vibrant leaves for your terrain or perhaps your miniature bases right there. And that's very easy to do. You don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on buying this flock up and things like that. Now, another cool thing for terrain is this little shingle punch. And a lot of people are like, oh man, I want to make roofs, but you don't have a shingle, you don't have a reliable way to make shingles. You could cut a bunch of cardboard out, but that takes so much time. Why not just punch it? So just grab whatever you have laying around. I have some gluten-free Girl Scout cookie box right here, which seems like a good candidate. So we'll grab some of that. Grab our handy dandy punch right here, and boom. So you got to be a little bit more forceful with this, but it is pretty simple once you get going. Now you're probably like, wait, I don't understand. What's that pattern all about? Well, it's actually a pretty inventive little pattern once you start thinking about it, because what's going to be cool about this is once you grab, pretend this is whole here. Let's visualize a section of a cottage or roof, right? This would be your roof. and these would be your shingles. And what you can do is you just grab some tweezers, lay this all out, right? You would glue this all down, but you would have them overlapping each other, okay? Which is really cool, so it makes that little thatch work that you'd be used to. But say you don't want to go with this pattern here, you can literally flip it over and just use the squared off pattern and glue those down. So you literally have two different types of roof shingles right here, because then you wouldn't see, once you get up to the next level of thatching, you wouldn't see that those are rounded at the top right there. And remember, you want to cross hatch it, so you would go something like this, right? And then at the top over that right there. Well, you get the idea. You don't want to make them the same exact pattern. You have to stagger them. So you put that one in the middle of those two right there. Of course, I should have some tweezers to make this a lot easier, but I don't. So there it is. I was woefully unprepared, but you get the idea here. Just some cardboard will get you done there. Some dried leaves, printer paper, or a printout, a color printout of any sort of autumn scene will get you done with those leaf punchers right there. Some pretty cool, innovative little products from Green Stuff World will get you up and running in no time flat with some really dope scenic terrain right there. Now, if you like our features here on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you can be the very first to comment and like our videos.